Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Stack and Perpetrator here. Thanks for joining me. We're going to do another What's in the Box. What's in the Box is where my LCS purchases go until I get a chance to film it for you. Then I determine if it goes in an album collection, if it goes in a box for my permanent stack, or if it goes in another box for future sell, trade, or upgrade for gold, if the GSR is in my favor. And one of the videos I did before was, what do I want to pull out of here? I think we'll stay with the stacking side of the on this one. And you see me pull out a 2005 silver quarter proof set and a 2003 mint silver proof set. And you're thinking, what does this have to do with the stacking side? Well, I'll tell you. It goes back to the original philosophy back prior to 2020 when I got into stacking. Started out stacking in the first part of 2019. I didn't start gearing up until mid till about 3/4 of the way through 2019. And then once the premium started going up and things went haywire, I switched to numismatics, and that's what brought my attention to these sets and why they are a good thing to stack. One, they have some numismatic value and everything, but what really turned me on to these is I was getting these cheaper than I was getting run-of-the-mill constitutional or junk silver out of the bins. When I first started buying these, I was getting these $4 to $5 times face cheaper than the junk bin, and I was told I was pretty much nuts for buying these, and that these had no business being in a stacker's stack because they are considered numismatics. Well, I guess I go against the grain with a lot of stuff, because also in the core silver stacking community's philosophy, or what used to be, two things I remember. Number one, buy your silver as close to spot as possible. Do not pay the premiums. Over the past couple of years, it's all over the place. Everybody's buying, buying. They're buying tubes of maples. They're buying tubes of eagles. They're buying tubes of Britannias. They're buying tubes of just whatever. Stacking these things up in the high premiums. They're buying constitutional, and most of the time in your constitutional bins, your coins are worn. Some of them are slicked out, like your Standing Liberty quarters or some of your Barbers. Even some of your Washington quarters look, really low grade. Then you got your Walking Liberties, which is like everybody's favorite. And then, of course, the Benjis are kind of my favorite for the $half as far as stacking, and because of the collections I put together, they're so easy to do. But at the same time, they said these don't belong in the stacker's stack. Well, you're violating when the people that say that are violating two core principles: buy as close to spot as possible, and the second most important thing is silver is silver. So when I was able to get these at $4 to $5 cheaper times face than stuff out of the junk bin, and that has since corrected itself when LCS is caught on and the gray sheet and all the price guides caught up, because silver increase caused these sets to, because they have a collector value built in, but that lagged behind as silver price shot up. Well, I'm currently getting these, whatever junk bin, constitutional, whatever you want to call it, whatever that silver, constitutional silver is going for, whether it be $half, dimes, quarters, if that's going for 20 times face, I'm still getting these for 19 times face. So I'm getting these $1 cheaper than digging out of the junk bin. So if I'm going to buy constitutional silver, why would I dig through, say, the Washington quarter bin and get $1.25 constitutional in Washington quarters that are worn and everything, when for $1 cheaper I can get uncirculated, and in this case profs, for $1 times face cheaper? Riddle me that, stacking community. So let's take a look at this 2003 set. Remember, $1 cheaper than the constitutional bin. And when I buy these, I'm buying just for the silver. So these have $1.85, so $1.85 times, if, and I'm just throwing out the number, if the constitutional junk bin is 20 times face, I get these for $1 less times face. So I get these at 19 times face. But then you factor in, if I crack it out for the $1.85 in silver, I still have $1.06 that I can either spend, send to the bank, or card up and possibly sell at a future date. And those are pretty good. That's a nice looking cent there. Very nice Jefferson nickel, and a really nice Sacagawea for 2003. It's pretty good. Pretty good looking coins. So I ask again, why would these not fit in a stacker's stack? Granted, these do take up more room, but you could always bust these out. I bust these out to put in my album collections, but I have these spots filled, so I have no reason to bust them out. But if I'm going to buy constitutional silver, I want to stick with the core principles of what we do while we stack silver, and that's stay and buy as close to spot as possible. And the second main reason, silver is silver, doesn't matter what it is. So when you're looking at silver, silver is silver, doesn't matter what form it's in, as long as it's verified it is true silver. And then you buy it as close to spot as possible. So I got these, and when you take this $1 out, if I bought these at 19 times, if constitutional is going for 20 and I get these for 19, I'm actually getting them for just under $18.50, because I have this $1.06 here that I can crack out and get some of my money back. And then I could just tube up the quarters, start tubes for the Kennedys and start tubes for the Roosevelt dimes, and then I would save space. I have the room where I stack, so keeping these in the box for right now is not a problem for me. And if potentially silver goes up, these sets, as long as I maintain it in the box, these still have some collector value, so that if silver starts going back up, the value of these sets will rise to stay, because they have the collector value, so they will always rise and always be worth more than the silver than the silver content. So I have a potential to, if silver hits a certain point, I could sell these sets and make a little extra money, because technically they are on the numismatic side, but they fit just as well in a stacker stack because of the cost factor. So anyways, enough of me rambling. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think these would fit in your stack? Are you sticking to the buy as close to spot as possible? Or do you still maintain the philosophy of silver is silver? What do you think? What would you do if you were looking at the junk bin and you could get these at $1 times face cheaper than the regular junk bin? Would you buy these, or would you pay $1 more to get coins from the junk bin? Let me know. I'm interested in your opinion. Always enjoy reading the comments, and I will see you in another video.